centrally located. There's enough hotels in the area to handle that. I know there's bigger tournaments all over the country, but as far as GSL's based in Ohio, that's where it started. So I think that's our goal. This is good.
Well, do you think that this will probably be the right location then? Like I know there's teams somewhere, Detroit, Chicago, Canada.
Yeah, all over the Midwest. This was particular. I know some of the Michigan. There's teams here today from Wisconsin, Indiana, Illinois, Pennsylvania. It's pretty widespread. New York.
Okay. And the other talk of for me being a first timer here, seeing how serious this is the jerseys of these players. These uniforms are incredible. This Mojo, I mean, obviously they made a lot of them, but I'm assuming the teams just decided to put together a design for it to send it to Mojo, or does Mojo just kind of have their own designs to choose from?
I believe both. Some teams have artwork that they submit, they want jerseys made for them. Mojo has a design department that will also custom made designs, come up with ideas and prototypes for all the teams. But it seems like every year the jerseys are rising.
Do you only umpire baseball? I mean, do you ref basketball or any other sports? Or just baseball?
I do a little bit of soccer. I'm starting to and obviously baseball.
But I mean, for you, it's just a great side job. You enjoy doing it. What's the worst play? What's the hardest play to call? Like a foul, fair, strike zone. Like what is a play that as it starts to unfold, you get nervous because you know it's coming?
Some goofy plays that'll happen once every 5 years that happen in a big game, in a semifinal that might happen once every 5 years that you have to make a bang call on a close play. It's just a goofy situation where you really need to know the rules and what the proper technique and call is to make.
All right, well, Tim. Sorry, Tim. All right, well, hey, thanks for joining us, and good luck to you the rest of the games. You're going to umpire a few more games today and then some tomorrow?
I think I have 4 more today and another 6 or 8 tomorrow.
All right, well, hey, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it.
All right.
Good deal.
All right, well, there we were with Tim. All right, so Jason, what do you take out of that interview? Pretty serious business we got here this umpire.
I mean, like you said, you got 4 more games today, 6 to 8 more tomorrow. Got a little bit of snowstorm coming tomorrow, so
yeah, that's what Jason does.
Great.
Well, that's interesting to me. I mean, here's a guy who's done it for 5 years from Cleveland. You got the weekend off work and decided to come in and do this. Again, 125 teams, games going on nonstop. I was trying to get into a little bit about tough calls that he's had to make. I mean, it seems like everyone's pretty much a good sport. Like I was expecting that someone get in his face and kick some dirt out of his shoes, and we haven't seen much of that.
No, I mean, we had a close call at first, and of course, we thought it was pretty safe. The call for but they argued it.
Right. Well, a bang play, you're supposed to call safe. If it's a tie, you're supposed to give it to the first tie.
But you know what? Let's go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll move it to rapid fire on my mock draft.
Okay.
I see. On nostatigradio.com/blog section. So I'll mock draft that one out. When we come back, I'm going to ask you some kids now what I think will happen on the second round and a bunch of other.
All right, all that and more when we come back to the Mojo Moneyball Classic at Leeward Sports Complex in Rose City, Ohio. We'll be back.
That's it. Wait, didn't you guys have a water fountain growing up?
I just slept like I slept perfect.
I never get out of here.
All right, man.
Give me a call.
Yeah, I'll give you a call when we get out of here. I don't know what this is.
Go back to the.
I don't think we can necessarily.
That's a good right.
Look it up.
I have like a required. Must be at some point. It's no longer Vegas.
We don't want to shortchange it.
Sounds absolutely logical. Look it up. That's a great.
All right. Well, you're just gonna be at your house.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. Give me a call when you guys.
All right, man. Sounds good. See ya.
Bye, Jason.
Later.
Well, there we go.
No, he's not actually. He's not right. actually asked him.
Especially guys that are trying. These guys are traveling 5, 6, 7 hours. Most of it's heat of the moment, frustration. Let it take. But some guys you're gonna need more.
Yeah, I know. I gotta do that with you too because last night, well, this is when Nick was trying to be indecisive and going to this place. Oh, yeah. So I stopped at the store because I was gonna go.
Is that a local thing? Just a Kansas thing? You got from here?
Yeah, definitely people in here, yeah.
It's like, you just rolled down.
Yeah,
no, I think that's moved.
Oh, no.
All you guys are in Moldova?
Well, I went to Nordonia. Where'd you go?
Got it. Oh, okay. What year did you graduate? 2001. I graduated in 2000. From where? Okay. I played softball with the Templars.
Yeah. No.
Adam was in there. Walco? Yeah.
Bigger guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. You was the class that had it.
The one kid that got motorcycle skill.
Okay.
Yeah. He was graduation school. I remember I played little.
You know Shriver?
Yeah, oh yeah. I actually worked with Ryan. You worked or worked? Worked. Yeah, I think he's
All 26 was in Old Johnny's back.
but I see all his brothers and cousins play one of the leagues in the area. Ray. Alright, here we go.
I got 2 of them. I screwed 2 balls on.
Did you really? Yeah. That was a great game.
A great game.
What's up?
All right,
Yeah? Really?
Live at
That's
Blue Berlin Sports Complex. This is no static radio's coverage of the Mojo Moneyball Madness men's softball tournament. Again, 125 teams, 4 divisions. We're in Grove City, just south of downtown Columbus. We've had some great interviews. We've interviewed a couple players. We've interviewed a couple umpires, and then we even interviewed a guy with on one of the teams who has a side business of manufacturing softball and baseball gloves. But now we're going to switch gears a little bit as they're in between games right now. The team we were talking about
8 games.
last few segments was the team stuck out. Basically, sounds like they're a bunch of figures brought in because they don't play together year round, but they
Yes, we do.
we're going to switch gears now to take you through 2 rounds. Draft coming up with Jason Snyder, our draft expert. And you do have a trade now. Is that the only trade in the first round that you foresee happening?
I mean, it's hard to know because even that one, I felt maybe it was going to happen because you look at the scenario and both of the 2 top tackles.
Right.
San Diego's right. Some players. So I look at it, the top 2 are gone. They have extra picks. They use it, they come up, they get Lane Johnson, who is skyrocketing. This kid's
So, all right. So you say the Browns. You think that's enough to trade? You think that's limited enough to 5 spots and then get a second-round pick?
Yeah.
You say that's enticing to San Diego just to get their left tackle?
I look at this last year. St. Louis and Dallas traded. Dallas traded up to get no play 1 or 2. Remember last year?
You're right. St. Louis traded back. That was the second time they traded back.
They traded from Dallas traded from I believe 14 to 6. They moved up 8 spots or second-round pick. But you got to think about it now as teams. It's not. I say only. That's please. You remember when the Browns did it with
1 ball, 2 strikes. Must be fair.
Ravens. They got like a 3rd-round pick. Late. But now, restructured salary cap. Number 1 pick is right. So now the teams with less risk of what comes to point, they're going to have to go. And then, again, you know, Nick is still how I am. You always say, oh, Brown doesn't have second round pick. I learned.
I'll get the push up.
Isn't left tackle one of the deeper positions in the draft this year?
I would say that the top 3 tackles are going to go in the top 10, and after that, you have a couple of questionable guys.
Is that's what I was going to say. You don't think there's any chance that one of these tackles would slip over to San Diego and they can try to play it by ear, or they have to move up?
When you look at after the Cleveland Browns, you have Arizona Cardinals, you have the Buffalo Bills, you have the New York Jets. All three of those teams, or even you could almost go to Tennessee at the same time.
Okay, so you have the Browns taking Marcavius, how do you pronounce it?
Marcavius
Mingo. And the stat that I like that you brought up is that, yeah, he didn't have the actual sack statistic this senior year. He was a senior. Yeah, his senior year. But you brought up Clay Matthews his last year in college. He had 5.5 sacks.
No, that is total in his whole entire college career.
So 3 years?
Combined, Jason Pierre-Paul and Clay Matthews Jr. combined has 12 total sacks in their whole entire college career.
But they played primarily, well, Clay Matthews played linebacker. I'm trying to think, they ran a 4-3 at USC.
Pierre-Paul ran defensive end. I mean, again, Jason Pierre-Paul is a monster. The guy had 6 sacks in his entire career.
And he played defensive end?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say. Did he run defensive end in a 3-4 or 4-3? So in a 4-3, your defensive ends are supposed to be giving you the sacks, not the linebackers.
And that's the thing. Marcavius Mingo had the production last year. For some reason, when you look at it this past year, they usually not in compete, which is strange.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, do you agree if T. Milner's there that they're not breaking down?
If T. Milner's there, there's no, in my opinion, there's no way.
Okay. Okay, so if he's there, then they're looking to trade down. You think as soon as he's gone,
Look at the move the Browns made at cornerback. I'm surprised. I know they said that they're not looking to trade him, but they need to get out front of that pole. Look at the top. You have Jackson. Their second year ball. You have the lost for $8. And then you look at number 5, the Lions. And they re-signed one guy. They didn't that's something they ignore. But Jeff after retiring, they see that people are starting to go now. Guess what? You know the call for us because Philadelphia signed one viable guy, and then the Lions need a left tackle. Play ball! The Oakland Raiders are they have so many needs. You have no idea what they're doing.
Okay, so let's say you hit the nail on the head. Marcavius Mingo does go to the Browns after they trade down. They trade down 5 spots as you have to take the Chargers pick. He's going to play right. Oh, you have him an outside linebacker, and do you think he'll be considered like a every down linebacker?
But the thing about him is he can outside linebacker or what if he turns?
3-0.
They may take him 6 possibly don't pay out. You have Mingo, and you have next to him Kruger, Phil Taylor, and then your combination of
Taba Rubin.
So yeah, you have either Taba Rubin or you have Devin Bryant, who just signed, and then next to him you still have Wall.
So if they go with another pass rusher, you don't think there's like an odd man out then?
No,
because
no.
Because you have Phil Taylor, Taba Rubin, John Hughes, and I don't know how much John Hughes and Billy Whittle get. You still see a lot of playing time for them?
What you doing?
Agreed. But I'm just on a team with a lot of holes. Where do you then? All right, so they pick up a second-round pick. Where do you see them addressing? Where do you see them spending? Like, where are they going to address the next need for that second-round pick? And is there anyone? Because I've heard you say that after D. Milner, it's just a bunch of guys after him. So.
Well, no, I don't.
All right, here we go. 3-0.
Right.
I mean, I think I'm extremely, but he's 5'8". I mean, he's tiny. That's why he has such a this guy goes up against an ankle ball. It's a nightmare way to hit. He's small. He's corner. Now, if you have a shooter, he's 6'5". You have to have a corner. 5'8" against 6'5". You're going to throw him a lot.
So, obviously the quarterback would be the nicest position to have figured out in the offense. Is there? Would you see him addressing the offense at all in the draft?
Tight end.
Because they didn't get that, what's his name from the Titans? They did not get him.
We signed
Watson went to the Saints.
Watson's gone. They were never going to bring
No, I know.
They don't bring skilled players. I've always been Watson. Oh, please!
Two balls, two strikes. Keep it fair.
Who's going to be their starter, right? Cameron?
They signed which takes Davis from the Washington Reds. He's from
Come on, go to work.
But by them, I believe
Who was the tight end that the Browns had second extension that never used this year? And now he's not even on the team anymore.
that was Evan Moore.
Why didn't he have a workout? Why is he off the team now?
Evan Moore got obsessed to make one team. Even when he didn't eat the ball would go right at
Yeah, I think that sounds right, actually. And I mean, it doesn't really look like we're missing much.
No, I get it. Okay, you know how it works. When a guy shows a little bit of a compassion, it's just how we do it. But Evan Moore is what Evan Moore is.
Who do you think's in a better situation right now during the offseason, the Browns or the Cavs?
Hey, go hard!
Well, basketball. You see 1 year turnarounds in the NFL. Years, multiple. First year draft last year, make the playoffs.
You have to have 2 wins.
And you don't. I mean, they say it. Don't try it.
You think Ellis is going to be feeling that much of a turn?
One.
I have a follow-up question on the Chiefs, but before we get to that, so what do you think then? I mean, obviously, it's to me it would appear that it's easier to sign free agents. And in basketball, when you sign a bad free agent, it's really handcuffed to the season. It's only on the long side.
Some people would argue
Yeah. Apparently.
left tackle over.
Not work.
Punt kick. That's when you know you don't pass it.
Peyton.
Around the left tackle. That screams you don't pass.
You bring up Trent Richardson. What do you think of the rule change?
I think people are overreacting. I mean, I hear people saying, "Oh, I'm not going to watch the NFL." This year, you're not going to stop watching the NFL because they changed the rule. You're still allowed to have contact in the tackle. 3 yards from the line of scrimmage. They're no longer allowed to do that. Tells it. So you can still lower your shoulder. The only thing is, the one thing I don't know about the rules is it's left hand. Anytime you put a ref by the NFL to protect players,
Little heavy.
they're starting to have a bias. 3-1. Players, and you're going to have sometimes, I believe they said injury.
So what's going to happen when you have, you're on the 5-yard line and Trent Richardson gets past that 3-yard bubble and then there's a guy meeting at the goal line?
Don't give in. Let's go.
He's not allowed to put his head down?
he can put his head down. I mean, think about it. The head bone's connected to the shoulder bone. Bring it up. Two down. Let's go. Good pitches, good swings. It's just they don't want it. And the funny thing about the scenario with Philadelphia, somebody still framed the pitch right before he hit.
Yeah.
But his chin strap was already undone.
Yeah, I think.
Because his chin strap was already hit. The two bottom straps were already hit. So, outside!
Right. Well, I don't know. I think the most telling like hit from the year was that Trent Richardson.
It's bad.
Yeah, the little like yellow flower.
That's what it looked like. I was at that game. I mean, you saw him roll the blue, and then all of a sudden, his helmet popped up about 15 feet in the air. That's why everybody was like, oh.
Are you?
Come on, work. Let's go.
How would you rate Roger Goodell's job as commissioner? His 5 years or so that he's been at the helm?
I think he's accomplished what the owner wanted to accomplish. Roger Goodell is a mouthpiece. People hate him. So what you're telling me is I do it. You're going to blow the guy. You're paid by billionaires to keep that $18 billion without it. You have over 1,300 NFL players right now.
But see, okay, I'm glad you brought that up because that's one of the reasons why I think like it's kind of fair that rules in place with them. Because ultimately, to avoid lawsuits, he has to put rules in place that for the safety of players. And the only other way around it is to have all the players sign waivers saying that whatever happens to them is not their fault.
I'm hearing people say, "Oh, these players are a bunch of pansies." Because they didn't vote to pass that rule. Look at Twitter.
Because I know I did it on match. I don't know how
Players are upset about this.
Right.
Owners will pass the vote.
Well, right, but don't you think the owners pass that because they don't want? I mean, I'm trying to think if lawsuits go up against the NFL.
I don't want to enter. Right. Okay, that's for your.
Okay, so then there you go. Well, then there you go. So doesn't it make sense if they said that you're not allowed, you can't leave with your head because we don't want lawsuits coming up against us? Well, no, yeah, right. I wouldn't.
The players sold on the fairway. They would start. I feel bad for all the running backs.
Well, you know what's funny is it's already a passing league, and now you're making it one of the best moves a running back can use. You can't lower your head anymore. So talk about this. This is already a passing league.
Obviously, they want points.
But the, right, I get it.
They're like, oh, that's great. It could have been a great game. It could have been a ton of big hits, great defensive plays, and
like a Steelers, like a Steelers Ravens.
I mean, the Steelers Ravens are pretty good.
If all right, and I don't want to catch you off guard, but is there a rule that they can make to protect the player's safety that is this made? Because again, you want to say the players are whining babies, but they're all turning and suing the NFL for any injury they have after the NFL. The NFL paid them very, very nice salaries while they were in the NFL, but ultimately, if you were getting sued for something, you're going to put in rules to make that happen less to you.
Yes. The players knew what they were getting into.
I agree.
Yes, they did. The NFL has
6-3, top of 2.
they've been having documented about brain damage of football on brain damage. They didn't give the players that information. They tried to hide it. If you, all right,
man, here we go.
The coal mine tells you you make that this, and this, because you weren't having the job. But they tell you, that's why the coal mine doesn't catch what the black man or whatever it is you catch on TV. The NFL is not disclosing information. They screw themselves, and that's why they're going to screw try to prevent future. Like I said, they already have over 30 people lost now. They're trying to prevent any movement.
So why doesn't the NFL do exactly what the NFL does?
That's what they I don't know what they're waiting for. This is 30 years ago.
Right.
The NFL is and they just go to that information. Right. You knew this was possible. You knew that Brady probably think, hey, this is going to take not to the extent of
Right. Well, okay, before we go to break, I have one last question. When we come back, I want to talk to you a little about the Kansas City Chiefs, because you did have that. They're one of the first pick in the draft, and you have to take it as a player now. Have you heard anyone talking about changing the style of the helmet? Maybe, like I've heard people joke and say, don't wear any helmet, and then no one will move their head, or no, I know that. But what about like a different like design helmet, like maybe the top of the helmet is softer? Or someone said to me from upon further review, they said, why not just have soft like helmets, like push helmets almost, like they're soft helmets, but they're just not like hard. Well, it's like because you're probably not going to lead with your head anymore. But you're not going to lead with your head anymore.
Two, gotta be. Like you're supposed to tackle. Your head isn't out. You catch your head. It's there with you. It's still got something. You have a soft helmet. You run a normal play. You're going to get a concussion.
Right.
Two down, yes, sir.
And I can also imagine the offensive line running into the defense. I'm sure there's a lot of head snatching right there. The helmet's probably going to be.
Ow! The technology is not weird. The NFL is.
Okay.
One ball, two strikes.
All right,
Keep
well,
it fair.
we'll go to our short break. We are broadcasting from Sports Complex in Rose City, just south of Columbus. This is the Mojo Moneyball Madness men's softball team, 125 teams, and we are No Static Radio on remote, bringing this to you live. Be right back.
It doesn't look bad, but it's just funny to hear that he's in like 98 and above in the height of his head.
Two down.
You do that when you go to Indian Skins?
Two out. Play ball.
I know. No, I don't want that.
6'4". We got a scorekeeper right here, actually.
Woo! GSL rising up.
I got a couple bucks.
They are? Oh, shit.
Jim did it. Jim did it.
He's standing over it.
Jim did it. He did it. Trying to get out.
Check with it. I'm not going to have a 40-minute conversation. Go right ahead.
Hey, right. Pitchers don't ice down their arms after a game.
Or they should, you know. They only throw 200 pitches a game. All the fake.
Because TBS is playing back to back, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
They even lost the team yet. Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, Wisconsin. Minnesota.
Be nice.
You guys get tickets opening day yet? You guys trying to get them? I want to get some, man. I know somebody I can get them from, man, but I'm not going to
How about you get a decent
play Thursday, and then they're off Friday, and they play against Saturday and Sunday. Everybody's hurt.
Right.
Hey, what's that?
One of John's boys, John told me to go holler at one of his boys, man, if she can get to
All right, we're live back here at the Mojo Moneyball Madness, live from Blue Berliner Sports Complex in Grove City, Ohio. A lot of action today. We talking a little bit about the Browns right now. Next to Lark with Jason Setter. We've been talking about the Stock Draft 2.0 that is up on the website, nostatigradio.com. We kind of talked about the Chiefs just a little bit. We touched on that. And I noticed you did have Dean Milner, and I believe he was originally you had going over the Chiefs. You said at that time that he would be the first quarterback ever taken. Okay, and you say that you say that with Alex Smith, Andy Reid, possibly a good draft, that they could be one of the turnaround teams. And they had how many players last year? Okay. And you have Luke Jockle. I know that's a statistic. But you brought up all right. So now you have taken Luke Jockle, the offensive tackle out of Texas A&M. And okay, so you said they franchise tagged Brandon Albert, and they cut Eric Winston. Is Eric Winston on the job or no?
That's the thing. You have Andre Smith, first-round pick from Alabama. Left tackle from the New England Patriots. Some people are saying that Bill Belichick may have Romer had surgery. So they're kind of saying that maybe he has something worked out with Belichick to see if he can help him. But you have some viable starting caliber guys. So Kansas City released Eric Winston. They're actually saying now that Brent Albert is signed as franchise center.
Did you say that is Andre Smith the guy to bail?
2 balls, 2 strikes. Keep it fair, please.
Yeah, and then he held up on the Bengals. He's with the Chiefs.
No. I'm saying he's a free agent.
Oh, they didn't bring him. They're not bringing him.
Arguably, the top tackle left field. He's the right tackle. But he's rated at
is there any scenario where you can see the Browns taking Geno Smith? Any scenario at all? Like, is quarterback enough of a need / Geno Smith being considered the #1 talent in the draft pool as far as quarterbacks are concerned? I know that some people would say that he doesn't fit the system. I mean, is it just that bad of a fit, or is there any chance you can see him?
I don't know.
I like you. I got you, Wally. We're up here. Balls for three, balls for three.
West Coast quick, no drop the break up on
Do you see Colt McCoy being on the roster's first game of the season?
2 outs.
So that's, who's the third quarterback? What's his name? The black quarterback? He's not getting, I can't see him getting, I mean, someone would say that, I mean, I know
a lot
there's
of people watched the Steelers game last year, the last game of the season, and said, oh, maybe that is good. You know what I mean? The radio station yesterday game said, oh, maybe we need to give that a try. One game off the bench, teams don't know how that is. Still,
who's the best quarterback in the NFL?
Brady, back up there, Aaron Rodgers, Breeze, I would say.
Okay, let's say all of them are a 10 out of 10 on a
10-4
scale. Where would you
Thank
put
you.
Brandon Whedon?
10-4. Is that what you have for score?
They're all
On a scale of 1 through 10 rating
Right,
scale,
somebody
and
does.
all those guys are considered 10, so where would you put Brandon Whedon?
I feel like I have a 14 language. Like, I don't know any of these guys.
You're here to help with that one.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. That's nice of you to help us.
Okay, and here's the follow-up question. Everyone's like, where would you put Yeah, Whedon's a 6, and all the other guys you named are a 10. Where would you put Okay, well, see, what I was thinking...
this though, right? That's surprising that you even got on the list.
What I was interested to see is I thought you were going to say... I didn't think you'd have
10-4,
rated
top
Whedon
of
that
3.
high. I think a 6 is a pretty generous rating.
That's 5 or 6.
Okay, a 5. Name... Name me a quarterback that started multiple games last year, meaning they didn't start one game because of an injury. Who would you rather have than Brandon Whedon? Name me someone that you wouldn't want. Maybe someone you'd rather have Brandon Whedon.
3-1.
That started a couple games. Yeah, well, that started a few games last year where it's not like somebody like Thaddeus Lewis.
Now, you're in.
Okay, I would take that over.
And Alex Smith. Andy Dalton. You take him over Andy Dalton? I mean, I know he's got a good wide receiver out there in Cincinnati.
AJ Green makes anybody.
Who's the Jaguars starting quarterback? That guy from
Lane
a couple years
I
ago.
would take Brandon Whedon over Lane.
Anyone on the Raiders that you'd rather have?
No, not take personal right now.
Michael Vick? Stafford? Phillip Rivers? I don't know who the Cardinals scout.
2 balls, 1 strike. We'll go with
I'm sure you're not taking Fitzpatrick from the Bills. That's what I was going to say. Has he been cut yet? Sanchez.
I'll take it.
There you go. Okay, who's the starter for the Titans right now? You should take Jake Locker. Here's 2 tough ones for you. Tannehill.
Look it up. That's a heterosexual baby.
Okay, well, I'm going to sidetrack that. Would you rather have Doug Martin than Trent Richardson?
10-4, bottom 3.
Because that's the dread. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Trent Richardson, but just because of the position, that I said the same thing.
Would you rather have
So would I. 100%. So would I. And it's not even. And let's be honest.
That's before Doug Martin had the season.
Well, and I think it was very realistic that you could have had that combo. Like, now we know for sure with 20/20 vision, or with hindsight. But I think at the time everyone could have had it.
Better
You're
whenever you
thinking
say.
back then you would have taken it too?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you were big on Brandon Whedon. You like that arm.
Well, I got talked into it. But then somebody talked me into it and said, you can change my opinion. If I ever continue to do this, you can change my opinion. I was the guy saying, why would you want to swing it real quick? So I was talking to
10-4, bottom 3.
Yeah, I know, but now you're like, I don't think that's the way that you're supposed to look at situations. Like, you're not supposed to just say he's been crappy for so long. I don't know. How many great quarterbacks have we played for 6 years?
Okay, let me ask you something.
Yes.
No.
But
800 yards, 3 touchdowns, 13 picks.
Okay.
If you wouldn't take that, I know Roman, the quarterback always goes the front of the whole year. How many big leagues did the Cowboys have? Bob Ryan is crazy because safety 30 yards away from line.
Well, some people would say he was costing interceptions.
He did, but there should have been no reason for him to be in a tight game when your defense had a 21-point lead and they blew it in like 6 minutes.
All right, we'll kind of trail off again. If you could put Brandon Whedon on the Cowboys with the offense this upcoming year, meaning he's got 1 year under his belt, where would you project him to have statistics based on how close would his year be to Tony Romo?
The Dallas Cowboys have the same offensive line.
Gotta bring it up.
Good point, yeah.
Is there one star here? Pull in, field to the left. No. No, it's not over there. Stop. Runner!
I noticed me and you were higher on Romo than a lot of people. People love to hate Romo.
You guys are leaving? Go down to Terry's and get Regan. Hey, lay out. 127.
Smiles a lot.
I mean, come on. Who do we compare every quarterback in Cleveland? Bernie Kosar. Who do we want every quarterback in Dallas?
Right.
Not every quarterback you get is going to be great.
All right. You're starting a franchise, and I offer you Calvin Johnson and Adrian Peterson, or Aaron Rodgers and a no-name college. Really? So
look at Calvin Johnson. Look at the numbers Calvin Johnson has put up with crap quarterback.
yeah.
Calvin Johnson was getting 12, 13, 37 yards receiving with 4 matches that. And then Adrian Peterson almost broke the season running back last year with Christian Ponder and Kyle Rudolph. They had no receivers. Harvey was hurt.
That's why he had to win the MVP. There's no way he could win.
I know you, especially if you say to start their three, right out of you're giving me that option. I know the quarterback is a high level. Maybe number one running back, number one receiver, number one quarterback like me or you. I'm going to take the number one receiver, number one running back all day long.
Okay, what about Deshaun Jackson and I'm trying to think of a mediocre running back. Or Jamal Charles. He's pretty good. Jamal Charles and Deshaun Jackson or Aaron Rodgers.
Well, next to it.
Okay.
I like number 6. I like
No, that's dirty.
they're not the two best.
3-1.
You see what I'm trying to get at, though. I'm trying to point out, like, you would pretty much take a quarterback and a no-name over other players just because of how important the quarterback is.
You were giving me
I'm trying to make it hard, right? Exactly.
arguably my 2 favorite players in the NFL.
Well, and here's the thing. At the end of their careers, they might be the best running back and wide receiver ever to play the game. So that's the argument.
Aaron Rodgers won't be the best player ever.
And what I can say is...
I love Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is what you asked earlier. If you did the same thing, you gave me the option of Tom Brady right now. But to start their career, I knew what they were going to be. I would probably take Brady.
Over Aaron Rodgers. Oh, yeah, me too.
Not on the players now. Aaron Rodgers is going to go.
Well, and he's more mobile, which kind of is nice. Okay, before we go to break, let's finish up this game we were playing. This is obviously a joke, but Morgan Freeman's son, Josh Freeman. Quarterback over Brandon.
No.
Okay, you wouldn't take him? Because 2 years ago, he had a really nice year.
You know what? That'd be awesome. Again, he's that big, vertical, chuck the ball. You can't force it. You know what? Did you see the Michael Jackson?
No. Oh, yeah, I did see that. Yeah. Mike Holmgren tweets at me and asks, is Sam Bradford or Brandon Freeman? That's a tough one, I think. That might be the toughest one.
Sam Bradford. I think Sam Bradford has been absolutely a in St. Louis.
3-1. Next to it.
Yeah, did they
finally get him
in your draft? Yeah, but didn't they get him somebody? Oh no, they lost Sam Amendola. They did the opposite. What about Jay Cutler? Jay Cutler. Whose offensive line is worse, the Cowboys or Bears? And is there a worse offensive line in the NFL than those teams? If you who would you rather have? The Cowboys, Arizona, and Bears, all 3 offensive lines that put together the best 5-man offensive line, or the Browns offensive line? Yeah, I was going to say, it's one of the best, I know, and that's why okay, I want to get your chance, when we come back, I want to get your thoughts on Chance because I want to just give you my 2 cents on what a guy like that could do to our already pretty solid offensive line. But before we go, I want to run through a couple more quarterback names for you. Quarterback of the Vikings, Tristan Peters. Did you take him over Brandon Freeman? Matt Schaub? Really? Okay. Oh, I thought he's been successful without Andre Johnson. Let's see. Taking bait there. I mean, you're taking flat, especially if you remember, beginning of this football season, people, I think I am a huge fan of what he did with the playoffs. Like, I used to always say that Peyton Manning was better than Brady, but now that I've seen their full careers, pretty much I will say Tom Brady's better just because of what he's done. Winning 3 Super Bowls and playing in 5. No, Flacco. I want to talk about Flacco. I think Flacco's done more for his career in this year than any quarterback has ever done. Have you ever seen him? Because like I said, at the beginning of this year, people seriously had to debate if Brandon Weeden could be better with Flacco if he was in Flacco's situation. Do you remember that debate kind of being brought up? I can't think of a quarterback that's ever done more in 1 year than Flacco in terms of completely turning around. Yeah, but even
42 touchdowns to like 6 interceptions.
He didn't win the MVP that year, though. He won the MVP the following year, I think.
But and then he just scored the playoffs. I mean,
Do it.
All right, well, that runs down. So I can't really, off the top of my head, remember how many quarterbacks you just said you would take. Brandon Weeden. See, to me, though, that means that the there are a lot of crappy quarterbacks in the NFL. And you kind of just proved it. Brandon Weeden, because of what quarterbacks we just named, quarterback is like, it's either you're a great quarterback or a crappy quarterback.
And if you don't have a quarterback, you got a quarterback.
No, it's been proven. It's mind-boggling to me that you're right. We can realistically name like 10 guys that we would rather have Brandon Weeden. And I'm
in this draft.
That just shows
quarterback is overdrafted.
Well, that's because that just shows how important they are, and because like we just said, there's 15 open spots right now. Him and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, we played it.
Don't have a quarterback.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you brought that up because we didn't really talk as much about it as I wanted to. But like it's just so funny that they try to act so like secretive, everything, and you finally just heard them flat out admit it. Well, Colts, the GM's got the best job in the world. He's like, he's got the first draft pick, and then after that, you just take best available after that. That just shows that these GMs who like act like they can't ever do anything or answer a question to the media, it just shows that their job. I'm not saying their job is easy, but I'm just saying it's not like they do it the same way we do their fantasy leagues, pretty much. You know what I mean? It's just the same thing.
Thanks, Hamster.
For the next 10 to 12 years, let's keep it quarterback. Our
and you heard him say too. You heard the GM say, pretty much after you get the quarterback, you just take the best available. It's all downhill after that. It's easy after that.
No, I mean, plan. You guys are going to be out.
Those are the quarterbacks. The Brady's, the Mannings, the Rodgers, the Brees. They make everybody somewhere Matt Schaubert can make
If I would have told you last year that Joe Flacco was going to be the highest paid player in the NFL after this year, you would have been like, what the heck happened?
I still don't think
No. Whether he deserves it or not, the fact that he got it. Let's go! Like a general at front office looked at him and said he's the most important player in the NFL. Licking their chops.
they saw that. They just popped their head and said,
all right, well, that's some good stuff. When we come back, we'll probably talk about that a little bit more. We are broadcasting live from Grove City. It's the site of Joe Moneyball Madness men's softball tournament held at Carolina Sports Complex. This is Nick Star, alongside Jason Snyder. This is No Static Radio Live.
She did choke.
And that was just like radio. That was weird as grooving right there. Yeah, I didn't want to say this over here, but yeah, Oscar, I feel like didn't talk enough. He didn't like that GM conversation. I feel like was pretty like interesting. I feel like he didn't really like. I could tell when I brought up he had nothing to add to it, so he didn't change gears. But I thought that was crazy. Who was the offensive coordinator? Or no, he was the front office guy with the Chargers. That now he's one of those guys. You heard him say, he's like, yeah, we had Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers. It was awesome. But that just shows how it's just funny that you finally got someone to admit it. The luxury of being a Colts. That's just.
and they just got Andrew Luck. I mean, really?
And who was the quarterback that they had that was awesome before Peyton Manning, like years before that? Did they have one of the Hall of Famers? It was a Hall of Fame game.
That was a long time ago.
No, I know. You know that the Chiefs have not had a quarterback that they drafted to win a game for them since like the 80s?
Damn, we're saving everybody.
You don't want to see that secret. That's the one instead. Well, then I don't think they've ever had a quarterback that they drafted to win a game since then. Because they had Castle, Quinn. They didn't draft him. No, I know, but that's why that statistic is going up.
They also had Montana.
Bernie played for the Cowboys, right? He never played for the Chiefs.
Cowboys and Dolphins.
Bernie went to the Dolphins after the Cowboys.
Championship game at noon tomorrow?
For Open, it's today.
It's today?
Yeah, they open today. I'll let you
I had the worst possible place. As a 9-year-old man. Me too.
Yeah, it looks like championship will be tonight, like at 10:30. Looks like a championship will be tonight at 10:30 for Open.
Yeah, right here or over there.
All the other. Thank you.
17-4.
Alright, welcome back to North Static Radio's coverage of Mojo Moneyball Madness Men's Softball Tournament at Lou Berliner Sports Complex in Grove City. We talked a lot about the Browns, a lot about the drafts. Anyone that you can see being a better quarterback than Geno Smith? What's your opinion on this draft?
I am not.
So go ahead and say it Well, are you saying that Matt Barkley is the second best prospect then? Well, that's what I'm asking. Who do you think is after Geno Smith? Do you think Geno Smith is the number one quarterback in the draft?
Yes.
Okay. So who would you say is number two? Yeah, no, that the what quarterback? Yeah, I've heard that.
A lot of research about that. Runner! My glove on the wrong hand, but I still got it. Outside linebacker.
The only running back that I can think of, well, I can think of Wisconsin's Monty Ball, and I can think of Alabama's DeAndre. Is Eddie Lacy the number one running back out of the draft? And that's who's the Saints drafted a running back that was in the Heisman, but he's from Alabama. He's at Martin. So you're telling me, was he the first pick in that draft, the first running back taken in that draft?
He was the first running back.
Like 20. It was taken by the Saints.
Come a little bit.
So you're telling me that pretty much every running back that Alabama puts out is the first running back taken in the draft.
Oh, please!
I don't know what, maybe just think about this, well, because we're talking about running backs. Does college football have any, do you think they have any plans to adopt that rule or no? It doesn't seem like people have the same kind of injuries in college that they do in the NFL.
Let's say that. I think so. Again, college football is trying. College football is the minor league for the NFL.
How many? I'm trying to look at this. You did this breakdown after. This was done a few days ago. And tell me a little bit about the breakdown you did. You talked about all the quarterbacks listed that were taken in 2011, 2010.
Yeah, what I did was, a lot of people are always like, well, you know, I'm a cornerback guy. Corners don't bust when they're drafted in the top 10. Or I'm a defensive end guy. Defensive ends are, I like the pass. I'm more of a pass rush guy. I was tweeting back and forth. You know, we're having that conversation. So I went ahead and looked and saw how many cornerbacks and how many defensive ends or outside linebackers have been drafted since 2000. 12 years ago. Just to kind of say, well, the thing is, I said I'm a defensive end. To me, the best pass rush is the best pass coverage because they don't have coverage.
Right.
Deion Sanders has coverage. 6'7". Still the best corners ever played. I'm not really a good where I try to do something else that doesn't back my argument. What I did back his argument. Corners don't bust they're technically since 2000 in the top 10. Of the 10, nobody really busts. Quentin Jammer, hard to see somebody busting in the next 5 years. I mean, it's not like he's out of league. Okay, what I posted it, I didn't back my argument back then. So what I did is I just expanded that every single not fullback, not offensive guard, not offensive center, because none of those players come on, let me out. So basically you have everything. Hey, go!
What do you think is the best overdrafted position / what do you think is the position that's Well, no, that's the answer I wanted. So the point is, doesn't that kind of skew the statistic though? Clearly they're going to be like, if you bring this is my argument would have been back to the guy you were talking about. My argument would have been, well, yeah, there's mostly quarterback bust because they're overdrafted and they reach.
My conversation is corner.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, corner, you're not going to overdraft. So yeah, if you take somebody in the top 5 or top 10, it only makes sense they're going to hit because you're not going to do it.
17-8, bottom 5.
Like, I don't think you often see a team that really needs a corner to reach for a whereas a quarterback, you're going to see it all the time. You might see it for maybe a left tackle.
It's also one of those things, when there's a top corner,
right. Even Claiborne, I would say last time. And Joe Gagnon.
The plus potential of those players is less likely.
This is actually pretty interesting. I didn't realize I have not got to look at this. Basically, what you did was the breakdown is the title. Again, by Jason Snyder, but you wrote the first round pick of every single quarterback, running back. Some of these are interesting.
17-8, bottom 5.
Taken from the top 10 of the draft by the number they were taking.
Here's something. Who is the worst running back? Who's the worst starting running back in the NFL? Or name one. Because I feel like every running back is considered a good running back. Because if you look at this list of first-round running backs, every one of them is good. And what you'll always hear people say is that you don't need to take a running back in the first round. That just shows you how easy it is to be a good running back. It makes me, except for he obviously and Aaron Claus. I mean, some of them take it to another level. But basically, a running back, it just seems to be just insert anybody in the running back.
Yeah, but you just mentioned the counteract.
Undrafted. That's what I'm saying. It just
they're all dated. Undrafted. Right.
That just makes me think that it's so easy. This is exactly why I was against drafting Trent Richardson in the first round. Just look at this. Well, what about the undrafted guy out of Washington? He wasn't even drafted. Yeah, this is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a breakdown like this before, where you just list the first round pick from everything. Here's your quarterback, Slayborn. Oh yeah, Stephon Gilmore. I like that guy. He looked really cool in the draft. I like that. The red lights. Like, how did he do this year? I didn't hear. Patrick Peterson, Hayden, Pac-Man Jones. Pac-Man Jones, I think was okay talent. It's just that I think it's off the field.
Down there? Yeah.
Oh, John. Okay. How long would you say a quarterback's window is in the NFL? In terms of being like a good 1 or 2 And you know what? Remember I was bringing up that you don't reach for quarterbacks? Alright, so according to your work you did, quarterbacks were taking 21. Well, let's put it this way. You only start 1 quarterback on a team. And 21 of them are taken.
This is the way it breaks down. From 2000 to 2012, there have been 13 NFL players.
Right, and the thing about that is second is wide receiver, and you start at least 2 wide receivers on your team.
One rule after another? I think so. Maybe
Player 1.
Right.
But this is what I was just saying. So the second position that was drafted in the first round is in terms of how many players have been drafted is wide receiver. You start at least 2 wide receivers. And you only start 1 quarterback. 6 times, yeah.
Again, it's hard to see Roy Williams was us.
Now, fight!
When you take him when they took him from top 10,
One out!
I'm going to try an experiment. Name me the most important position after quarterback. Okay. Name me, let's go to defense. What's the most important position in defense? Well, defensive tackle, defensive end, maybe linebacker. But it's interesting to look at this. Outside linebacker has only been taken 3 times. And offensive linebacker is a pretty, or not offensive linebacker, outside linebacker. That's interesting because outside linebacker, if you get like a Clay Matthews or a Von Miller, that changes your entire defense. But I'm looking at this, and it's kind of, I mean, it's not like a direct science, but as I look at this, it does kind of look like the most important positions are obviously over, maybe not. Again, if you're drafted, sometimes they are overdrafted the first one because they need it that often.
The positions that you take are quarterback, left tackle, corner, and a pass rusher. Whether it's 3-4, whether it's 8, and then defensive tackles have been, what's the number? The number is 14 for defensive tackles, correct? Same as defensive ends. There's been as many defensive tackles taken in the top 10 in the past 13 drafts as there have been defensive ends, correct? 14
I'm pulling it up right now. I didn't think it was that high, but let me double check.
I'm pretty sure they were
14, and offensive tackle 18. What is the, have you seen a draft like this in the recent years where there was this many offensive linemen and pass rushers available? Like, it seems like the first, like...
yeah, a couple years ago, it almost goes in waves. Last year, there wasn't so much defensive line. And now this year, that's the defensive line pass. Defensive tackles and linebackers
well, because as we go through this, all right, in your mock draft, you have offensive tackle first pick, defensive end second, defensive tackle third, you have a quarterback
21,
offensive tackle 5, offensive tackle 6, then a quarterback, and then you have a linebacker making the top. Now, he didn't drop very far, did he? How was this made before or after?
No. It was after. But I look at it like this, and if you read it, Nick, go ahead and read it. Make for great radio. Go ahead and read it.
All right, so he ran a 4.940 at his pro day. This could have many teams running for the Bills. Number 1 pick. Great combine. His question is, look like Tarzan, play like David Jones. Plays like Tarzan, and maybe he runs okay, but I still think he's going to be a beast. Bills could be one of the number 2 one of a number of teams to feature the hybrid defense this year, hybrid instrumentation. Something Jones is perfect at outside linebacker, three, something he's really made to be that sack specialist in 3-4 defense. Well, I guess that should work just fine for the Bills since they would likely be running Doug Marone for his own. Yeah, I was going to say, I get where you're going.
Top 6. I mean, I thought Vernon Goldfinger was going to be monster. Look at the part. If you wanted to take a picture of this, I mean, he was just rocked up. But he was one of the biggest busts taking a beat at 6. But the same people that are saying they don't want Arcadius being over because of their production are the same people that are saying they don't want Jarvis Jones because he had top-tier production in the best conference in football the past 7 years. He dominated the SEC. It's won 7 straight national championships. So you can't have it. You can't say you don't want this guy to be it. And then say, well, I don't know about that guy. When he had production, in like the map.
This is something that I brought up a few weeks ago. Is that basically what happens with self-titled like draft experts or people in the media like ESPN and stuff. They basically they dig so much out a guy until they do find something bad, and then they like. I wonder how often you kind of talk yourself out of the right thing.
See, it's funny you bring that up. How does a player play
by having Todd McShay and Mel Kiper?
The funny thing is, I guarantee you there are NFL teams that pay Todd McShay and Mel Kiper to say they don't like a player in hopes that they fall to them.
That's interesting.
I guarantee you.
Why does no one put them on salary? Like, why doesn't the Browns just go hire Mel Kiper? Well, he's got to be right more than the average person, or else he would be considered the ESPN's draft experts.
Mel Kiper said Brian Robisky was the most NFL-ready receiver in that draft class. Phoenix, Jeremy Maclin, Kenny Britt. Really? Oh yeah. I think Hart.
I'd have to look it up. It's about the same age.
Why? Because his dad is an NFL receiver coach. So he thought,
he had size, but
it's things like that. I mean, it's hard to say. I would players that I like what I do when I do my podcast. I don't manipulate. As I say before, I base mine off need and the best player available, what combination. Some teams may have a bigger need at defensive end than they do at corner. But if there's the highest rated defensive end on their board is 20, and the corner is sitting at 3 on their board, they're going to take the corner. Or they're going to try to trade out. I mean, I don't Deion Jordan is my number one guy that I want to play.
Oh, really?
He surpassed Jarvis.
You have him going 2, though, right?
But I have him going 2. Could I have manipulated the draft and made Deion Jordan? Yeah, easily done.
You know what that sounds like, what you're saying? It's like when people come up with like trade ideas, like, well, maybe if we give them this, that's exactly what people do. But in the end, it has to make sense for the other team. That's why trades are so like tough to pull off. Like, one of the best trades in the history of any sport I can think of was the Champ Bailey for Wake Forest. That was like the 2 huge games that kind of benefited both teams because Denver Broncos can turn out running backs and they didn't really need Wake Forest. I mean, for me personally, obviously, I think Champ Bailey is the better player because he had a longer career. Just because he had a longer career. And because it's harder to find a great quarterback than it is to find a great running back. But it just, I mean, that's the point. Rarely do you see a trade. I would say probably 10% of the time the trade works out for both teams. I would say 40% of the time it's like a nothing. It's not a big deal. It's almost like it didn't help either team, it didn't hurt either team. And I'd say 50% of the time one team has to
Again, that's one of the variables. Read my mock draft. The trade that the Browns would make is going to make the best teams in but in this scenario, both teams make out. Browns players and additional
I just don't know that the Chargers would be willing to give up a second-round pick to give up 5 spots if offensive tackle is that deep.
Those three, and then the next maybe in the first round, maybe. And that's three, like I said, I hate
Yeah, what was it?
New England Patriots take Sebastian Vollmer. They don't need that.
Came to me at the third inning because I'll be third.
Andre Smith is not going to play anything.
Sure, he'll find a job.
He's going to find a job. Eric Winston, he's going to find a job. And Houston's starting to try to bring him back because that run game is still good. He was legit attacker. He's one of the best attackers.
Before we go to break, do you know what a player to be named later is? Like how it's determined who the player is?
That's for baseball.
No, I know that. I'm just curious if you knew this.
Well, it's you can choose from a pool. It's like a pool. They basically give you a list of players.
See, I think that is one way it's done, but I think it's also done based off of like for example, like the Cavs are going to get a draft pick depending on how good the league is doing. Like I think with baseball, the way it works was when the Milwaukee Brewers made the playoffs, we sent them CC Sabathia. Because CC Sabathia was a good conditional team and they made the playoffs, we got
21-10, bottom 6.
Had they not, so do I. Had the Brewers not made the playoffs, they would have gotten to be able to pick the player, and they would have picked somebody else. So sometimes that's how the player became later. They may have, but no, I like Brantley. Once I heard him do an interview and they asked him if he does like Facebook and Twitter, and he's like, no, I'm a professional. I loved that answer. I love that answer. And dude, he's one of those guys like you can tell he seems like kind of old school and he rarely strikes out.
That's the thing.
Bring it up, everyone.
He's been dubbed Dr. Smith.
Walk out. Gotta be.
I'll tell you what we'll do. When we come back. Obviously, we're talking a little bit about the event that we're going to Madness. But also, let's maybe talk a little bit about Indians. Is that a good deal? All right, sounds good. We'll talk about that when we come back. Again, more time we're at Mojo Moneyball Madness, Blue Light Sports Complex in Grove City, right near Columbus. This is Static Radio. So you said someone at Twitter was arguing against something you did research and then found out you thought he was right, actually? That's interesting.
I still posted it. I mean, I wasn't going to be like, well, I'm not right, I'm not going to be right. I did the research.
Did you even say on Twitter, you're like, you know what, I think you're right now?
No, I was like, here you go. I was like, it seems like this supports your case and mine. I said I didn't alter my belief.
Well, I think a good defensive lineman can affect a game more.
Yeah, because it's not throw.
Right, exactly. Like what they did with back in the day we used to play with Ravens.
3-1.
Well, that's because what's his name? Richard Sherman. What Richard Sherman said.
You can double team a defensive lineman, but good ones are still going to even beat that.
Yes.
So
we're going to I don't know how many, but we're going to have this listen to the show. I feel like if they turn on, they send it to heroes. Whereas I feel like they might not start listening. You know what I mean? Well, that's kind of what I'm doing it because we link this to their website. I probably have like 200
5, 2-2.
No, I kind of like what we're doing. This is making most of our listeners, pretty much 95% of our listeners will listen to us.
Look out.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's right, and that's why. So you don't have a rooting for a team. We don't take it.
You are wrong. Yeah.
Weather.
Be over here.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I think we can do that. I thought you were saying leave the stuff here. I was like, no. That's a terrible idea.
Alright, here we go.
Right. 3-1.
Yeah, exactly.
Good pitch.
What, is he coming?
Live from the Montreal Madness Blue Berliner Sports Complex, Grove City, just south of downtown Columbus. While we are at 125-team softball tournament, I don't think it makes sense to talk about baseball. How many days? 30?
10 with a runner.
9 now.
No way.
So, opening.
We open on the road.
Home opener.
Is it only 9 days away? Wow, I thought it was like 30 days away. Oh, you know why? I'm basing it off of how often I see Progressive Fields with big calendars that they have in the stadium. And I kind of saw it 14 days ago.
That's totally different.
True. But I mean, I'm trying to think. We opened the series, and by the way, have you looked at the opening schedule that we have? Now, look, the Yankees are going to be out, but we play the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Blue Jays. Like we play tough teams. Not as much as the Blue Jays, but the Blue Jays are going to have R.A. Dickey. They're going to have Jose Bautista. Didn't they bring in Jose Reyes, Melky Cabrera? And they didn't bring in Hanley Ramirez, did they? He went to the Dodgers.
Basically what they did, all the players who got traded to the Marlins,
Beckett?
they brought all of them.
Beckett? No, he's at the Dodgers. He's at the Dodgers a lot. Wait, is Jose Reyes with the Dodgers then too? Okay. That's interesting. Baseball is probably the #1 sport players changing expensive. Between basketball and football. Football, I feel like it doesn't happen that often. Basketball, I don't think it's easy. The stars. Yeah, but I mean, and that's kind of one of my knocks on LeBron, is that the good NBA players rarely go to other teams. But all right, give me your. I don't know. You might probably have already done this, but how would you bet the betting? How would you set it?
Clearly born.
I'll just tell you if I disagree. That's all.
It's a question. It's really for the two.
What about Brantley?
I put Brantley down lower. I put Brantley 7. He started. So any way you put those guys in the lineup, reset, and that's the thing I said about Chris. If you have a pitcher batting in front of you,
Yes.
he's no longer going to have a pitcher. That's going to help you because how many pitchers get hits? When you're batting after a pitcher, it kind of screws you. So now he's not.
Oh, wait.
Probably going to be stubbed.
Well, when he starts the game, he's, the first time he bats, he starts on the base.
This you get 3
Right.
the pitcher is going to be in front of you or a pinch hitter.
What about because of Brantley's, like we were talking about how he doesn't strike out very often? What about, because like I feel like I like more of a skill bat too, a lot more. All right, so Bourne does his job and does get on base. The last thing you want is the next guy to make an unproductive out, not move the runner over. You know, if you're going to get out, at least I wouldn't say I can see his root runner striking out. And I kind of think his root career has developed pop in this game where I would want to see him. I agree. I would say Kipnis. I would probably say Kipnis, but I kind of want to be different. Say Brantley. I would put his root. I know.
And Swisher.
Yeah, probably. I just some people they are. I'm trying to think of where you want this pressure. I think Swisher invites pressure more than anybody else because he's the biggest name. I feel like he can handle the pressure. I also think when you bat forward, you have
Astros on 3! 1, 2, 3! Astros on 3!
I want Santana in the least pressure situation. He needs to be.
I would put him in the middle.
It's like 5, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because then you have somebody covering the lineup. So okay, I like that. Santana 5, Reynolds 6.
I would put Brantley 7.
Okay, Brantley 7. See, it's either 7 or 9 for me. Because if you put him 9, he's like your leadoff guy after the first.
8, 9, whichever way you want to put it.
Chisnall's the X factor, I think.
How much you got in your pocket?
But would you say he's the biggest X factor on the team? If you get a good year out of him, I think that's our playoffs. Right. Mike Brantley, to see what he can do.
Driving home.
Reynolds, Swisher, Bourne. That's good. Well,
one that was runner up in the was stuck, and then Brantley by no means is very good.
only because he's I'm not saying he should have a gold glove story been doing at least for a few years. But playing in Cleveland on crappy teams.
When it comes to
Do you think it's as bad as it was last year? Because I think it's better than that.
I think Masters is better than what they show.
Right. That's
Again, very well.
Yeah.
I don't see the
There's so much going on.
I thought about wearing my boots.
Hard to figure out what to do.
My other thing about pitching last year, I pitched a little bit in high school, but if you are pitching thinking if I give up 2 runs, this game is over, it's really hard to pitch with that mentality.
Guys, you got a manager?
But you can't throw the team out of ball.
And he doesn't.
No, he hasn't.
And
I don't think I couldn't do it. I would have to say something.
well, I remember when we had CC, Cliff Lee, and we had all these great pitchers. It would suck if you're losing 2-0. If I was the pitcher, I'd get out there. I'd be like, would you guys give me some freaking runs? You'd freak out. And I'm saying that the offense that they've assembled should be able to average. I mean, I don't know, 5 runs a game. Average. I don't think we have a 30 home run hitter on this team, but I think we have 3 or 4 20s.
You have
30. I don't know if Swisher can
average over 30 home runs over his career.
No.
5 years, he's averaging 32 home runs a season.
You know that for sure? I don't think Swisher is averaging 30.
I think Swisher had 20.
I would be willing to bet Swisher has never hit 30 home runs.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to look that up because I don't think he ever has. I think he's like a 20 home run, or 20 to 25, 26 home run guy. And you're right that I'm feeling a lot better. But I'm thinking, realistically, how many players can you make a legit argument that would hit 20 home runs? Is Drupal Cabrera? 20 or more. No, I know, but I'm saying, is Drupal Cabrera, would you? I think he can. I think he did it last year. Ames? Not even Santana or Astros? That is an American League team that is pathetic. For an American League team, that is pathetic. So, all right, it's Drupal Cabrera, Santana, Reynolds, Swisher. Can you see Stubbs substitute? He is just average. What about Kipnis? I mean, that's... Was it you who said that the hardest thing to predict from 1 year to the next? Yeah. And we have the bullpen mafia. We don't have Tony Sipp anymore. We still have Chris Perez. I like Tony Sipp. I like Tony. He had 1 year when he was a beast. Well, he had a year. I like him. All right, I have an interesting idea. Let's go from 2007 team. Obviously, is the best team we've had in years. Let's position by position compare that team to this team and see what catcher and Victor Martinez versus Santana. Why? Because he. Oh yeah, he did turn off. Victor Martinez or Carlos Santana. And he was crying. Yeah, he was crying. What about first base? Who do we have? Our first baseman is going to be Swisher. Who was our first baseman in 2007?
He saw me!
It wasn't him. He was DH. How do we know this? Okay. Second base is Drupal Cabrera. That's what I can't really say because Drupal Cabrera's still on the team. Shortstop is good. Third base, Chisholm or... I think it was someone pretty good. Why can't I think of this? I'm going to pull this up because I want to know this. But I didn't think it'd be this hard to remember. I didn't think it'd be this hard to remember.
That worked right there.
Yeah, but that same drunken guy every 10 minutes because he loved and came up.
You probably used to say that when Omar was telling you.
Right.
Omar was
The reason I'm bringing this up is because I remember that the bullpen we had in 2007 was awesome. Jensen Lewis was really good in the 7th inning. Betancourt was a beast in the 8th inning, and then Borowski, or no, oh yeah, was it? Yeah, Betancourt and then Borowski. Okay, here we go. Right now, they won the AL Central. They tied with Boston for the best record that year.
Good pitch. All's it.
Wow. Guess who played 130 games at second base for us apparently? Josh Parker. Remember that guy? Wow. That says games 130. We are so dumb. We can't remember who the third baseman is. He was a fan favorite. Loved him. We traded him because we had to get rid of him because we were flaming out. We dumped him off to the Dodgers. He has the perfect baseball name. Perfect baseball name.
With the beard.
Casey Blake. How could we have not thought of that? Casey Blake. All right, Casey Blake, I would definitely take over Chisholm. Yeah, Casey Blake was sweet. Yeah, but I liked what.
I was a big
Casey Blake batted 270, 78 RBIs, 18 home runs. I don't think we did that on Chisholm. You know what though we had that year? Well, it was a mixture. Because Trent Nixon. Oh, you know who it was? Garco. It was Ryan Garco. Take sweatshirt. Yeah. So you know what's? This is kind of confusing. I'm looking at this roster. On this roster, I see Fausto Carmona and I see Roberto Hernandez. I swear to God, there's Roberto Hernandez. And there's Fausto Carmona. Yeah, two. Or no, it's not. So did we have a guy named Roberto Hernandez that year too? I don't think we did. How many have they listed twice? Well, no, I know. You're right. Okay, so first base Swisher. Barfield and Cabrera. Shin-Soo Choo. Trot Nixon was like a sub. Is he a regular guy? Hey, we had the Iron Man, Grady says that played 162 games that year. Isn't that insane to think about?
That's crazy. Let's talk about it.
He was a 5'2" player. And Kelly Shopping was on the battle. Sorry. Alright, so CC Sabathia, Foster Carmona, Jake Westbrook, Cole Bird, and then you say when I say I'll You know who else? You know who else I liked from that team? Franklin Gutierrez. I liked Gutierrez. They had Tom Mastny and Francisco. And Francisco was on that team that got released. And then he said he second with the Yankees. All right, well, I don't know. I guess that covers it. I don't know. 2007 is probably the better team because of the pitching staff, because of Hafner and Victor in their prime, Sizemore in their prime. All right, well, that's going to do it for our coverage here for today. For Aesthetic Radio's coverage for today, Saturday, Mojo Moneyball Madness live from Blue Berliner Sports Complex in Grove City. We covered a lot on the actual Mojo Moneyball Madness, but we did get into Browns. We got into the Indians. We did a couple nice interviews. All the interviews will be up on the website, as well as the coverage for today. Yeah. Championships alongside Jason Snyder. I'm Nick Sindelar. Thank you for listening to this coverage of the Mojo Moneyball Madness. I think that's about all we could have done. I don't know how much we could have done.
Don't listen to guys. They get you in trouble. We don't have to go there.
I mean, if it goes on here. No, it'll stay up there. So we'll go into sleep with this. That's all. Well, just close the laptop down. It's just physically close the laptop. Get you an ice cream. Actually, we're gonna go to Blizzards. We're gonna get two Blizzards. Let's get one in.
Cool. Guys out. Wait.
How long were we here? 4 hours? We're here for 2 hours. That doesn't count the interview that we did.
Yeah, we got here for
What time is it now? 6:40. Oh, really? It's about as long as you can go. It's
Josh, think about it.
Come on. We're pretty open.
All right, so what do you think we should do? Just shut this down and just do you think we should leave the cables plugged in?
I can do that.
Well, we have to unhook everything from the computer, right?
Well, yeah. Besides saying
Should take the mics out.
Yeah, that's alright.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that hard to do, honestly.
Had enough already?
We were here for what, 5.5 hours? Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, we'll be back tomorrow.
There you have it.
You can count on it.
Looking forward to it.
I like these cables, though. I think I already tried telling you this, but they don't need the adapter. They're just this big. Automatically, they're a 1/4 inch. Versus the ones that we had were like the 8 inch. You need to put an adapter on each end. Anytime you're using adapters, the quality suffers a little bit. At least now we're working comfortable second and seventh. I mean, if you get all the programs on your computer and you're doing live remote, you know, then and you want to bring your computer over, it's not really expected.
No, I know it's going to work.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to put this in your headphone bag just so we can find it easier. Throw it in there, it might be. I'll just throw this in there too. There goes on the side. What do you think? These? What does it say then?
One more. One more. Hey! Come on, brother. Let's go.
This? Maybe it does look like this.
Play it.
There we go. That's it. See, now we're let's see how this is happening. Idiots. They look like monkeys trying to pick up them with like a stick. That's why I would do that, I guess.
Raise it. I ain't never heard this before.
I gave her 40. I did.
Lucky enough.
Go buy something. Get back to it.
Infield fly, batter's out. Wait. Need one.
Ryan?
Yeah.
All in, guys. I'll need one, guys. Wait.
dude. Matt. Heads out! And one. Coach.
Take this one. What you got on?
It looks nice on you.
I don't like being with it.
We're gonna start playing.
Wait. As long as I just can't.
What we settled on 9.5.
It's not black and pink. It's called PG. Are these guys here? There. What a sad 33 mile an hour.
I understand this is, but I mean, as much as
I was on.
I can get him. John, we're still looking at 10 runs. We'll be there, John. Go ahead, take it. Give it a hold. No, I'll tell you what, I did it for like 3 months.
got him.
Nathan.
See the fill with the best. See the other fill with the hold on. The other please. Good one, dude.
I built the ball. No, I didn't. I messed screwed up the lower post.
They scored 7.
Then he airmailed one into the outfield.
Yeah, those 7 runs. But that was inning ender too, the frick. Even Corey said, you know, he's always 100%, but he usually has that ball is slick because it's synthetic. What? Huh?
Fucking 99.
You saw Sandy said his bait out, every bounce around. Yeah. Oh, tell me this. I know, that's what I'm saying.
Dude, move back.
I used to do this shirts and trying to hang it. So tight that I hang it. Did the same thing that Corey did. Everything hanging out.
What? Like you and your,
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Are you DW?
Yeah.
DW, nice to meet you. Thank you what you do for the sport. You do a lot, I appreciate that.
Probably.
Yeah, we're broadcasting, so
You gotta keep it down.
it is what it is. They could probably hear us.
No, they probably can't. I want to say thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Broadcast. Just look at the sport out there.
TG.
He's like, well, there's 160 teams in the league, and we've never played this one.
Wait.
Yeah. The one thing wrong, they do that, not this tournament, not this tournament, but it's their world tournament. It's in October. They're trying to play that because there's nothing else going on.
Come on, Z.
It's fall, almost winter time. It won't be funny.
I don't know. We can't leave. We've done everything. Yeah. Take it. Yeah.
James, whatever you do.
I know.
Don't look at his brother.
That's all I'm gonna go on.
Do all the work. Hey. Who was his brother? He was, dude. He takes him to work with him just to do a rip out and throw out garbage. This idiot just standing there watching him do all the work. Looking around, looking at his phone,
when I work with
standing
Josh.
around, just staring.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This was a sleeper. Hey, tell him how he said the whole time. Tell him how he lifted up the sheet good.
On his back?
Oh, hey, I was like this. I was like, Josh, you ready, man? He's like, yeah. I was like,
I told him, stand up.
I put it on the back like this and like stood up like this to get it on my shoulder. Dude, it was heavy. Now, once we got it up there, it was easy. We walked into the house around the kitchen for some reason. Just knocked out. Yeah, we like walked to the kitchen, into the living room.
We had to build the stairs.
Yeah.
In the garage.
Yeah. There's like a 4-foot gap in the stairs.
They don't pour the garage doors. Good ball.
Just stay there.
Good ball.
We made a ramp so we could walk up to the kitchen.
And we went back to back into the partners, right?
Back to back. I went
I think I only had to do it off the ground. You went in third.
We did 130. I was saying this ain't the dome, man. You can't have all the RBIs. This ain't the dome, man. See? You got that one, right?
GPS. Crap.
I got another one, dude. It is. Badass. I like that. No, it's in my house. It's that one.
Is it the one you got from
Yeah.
Wait.
Need one, guys. Hold it.
It is. That won't come out for the summer months. Well, break it. I love it.
Wait, he used that bass.
You can have that bass. Unless they got him.
Got him. Down.
I don't know though.
Hey, come everybody. This shit. Sit down, calendar. Washer and dryer. These all these hits last night.
This guy's good. Dude.
Oh yeah, this has to be easy.
Is it the 3,000?
It's 4,000. 400, 400.
Terry.
2,000? That was just good up there.
Come on! I was trying to run it in the outfield. Was there more running in the outfield? There were more runs in the outfield than see the one who came out. You're just watching. You're not supposed to. With the outfield that was playing. Get your jacket.
Yeah, but hey, look.
Yeah, are we leaving? We seen your little mini. Right, Jules? We seen your dad's little mini yesterday.
Yeah, they are bad.
The kid was about Jules' size. So he sits at the mini. He's pulling his pants and walking just like you. Kept putting up the stairs.
Every time I run my first one. No, this is the third game. Good ball. See that ball?
She's trying to compare. She's trying to compare his and Corey. That's why she brought it up.
Malaysia's like the world.
Jose and Corey, she's trying to compare. Well, I can.
2 ounces.
It's a blue and gray one.
Well, they don't have our size. They don't have the size.
You gonna give me a good no? Give me that.
I also want those on still.
Joey. Where at? Not the. Just the same. What colors are pants? Light green. Are they turtles? Alex tried to get me when he did. I had my sweater on and my lips got caught in between the zipper.
You killed that movie.
Caught on the zipper.
I hate the taste of
Oh, he got
Is that what that smell is? That's what
Dude, you cold? Suck it up. Look at me and Jewel. You gotta man up, dude.
look at this.
Yeah, you skinny jeans. Gay!
Yeah, one.
Skinny like one?
You guys are nuts,
You and your
man.
skinny jeans. Stole from his sister.
You know the air goes right through those skinny jeans.
They do. That's spandex, man. That's why.
They're like stretchy.
Ain't that right?
Come on, son. Come on, son.
Wait.
No, it's open. No, 8. That was for our team.
Wow, the XL.
I'm not even gonna call them things too. That's the least possible.
You would do like maybe 3 attacks already. 2 days.
When you was little,
Oh, I love those.
what happened to you when you were little?
Yeah, exactly.
It was tough.
Kim, I need to come on. See, wherever she's at,
Uh-huh.
damn, I have
Hey,
to
hey.
share a soda.
Yeah.
Oh, he's at, you want me to get that for you? I'll hold it. Where you going? Come on.
Hey, Lee's like, hey, your dad's like, oh, she talks a lot, but he's over there just yapping away.
You too. What are you talking about? At the door.
I don't talk to her.
At the door. Where's Quentin? Oh, he's over there talking. He's I know. He's over there standing in her own. Yeah.
He is.
For the love.
I'm straight, you know, I don't talk
Dude,
about
you're freezing. I can feel you shaking this thing. He didn't want to get hard. Get him He's got the bell on. And he can't see. Oh yeah, just gotta get him
Oh, guys. Let's go to school right now, yeah.
As long as you got ranch, I'm in. Now he's about 6 feet. He's like water right now.
Hey, we guys going to chicken wing place? No, man. I said we go back to the 100. GSL balls. I know you did. Hey, wasn't that good?
Damn! I know.
Yeah.
You got this terminals.
I like it.
I'll stick with my swamp people.
I can't understand what they're saying.
Swamp people.
There was one where one guy threw the other guy off and he goes, oh, you're walking over. Joe?
Oh, Joe and Tom. They haven't been on it yet. Willie, you guys see Willie. You see last week when he had fingers? Yeah, I got bit by the alligator. He's still alive.
Is Willie the two bearded guys?
No, the father and son.
Who's the two bearded guys?
The bearded guys were
They made fried alligator.
yeah, what was his name? Glenn and Mitchell. They were brothers too, but one of the brothers died. He had a heart attack.
They're done.
Oh, you see one for your reason.
All you can eat Danish.
Yeah. I had like 6 of them.
You walked out to the car with a plate stacked of Danish.
Four of them. Oh well.
You want to go to Olive Garden?
I never had it before.
You never had Olive Garden?
Too pricey for me. Too pricey for me. That's too pricey for me. Tilapia, crab, octopus, mushies, pink lemonade. That's the sales.
Sorry.
See, man, we don't read. I suck at doing
I
this too.
told you guys that.
I suck at it too.
That was a strike. That was a strike.
I mean, I got no room to talk. I suck at freaking taking pitches too.
I bet you get a hit, they said. Wait. Josh Nether gets four shots. What, dude? What?
Bam!
I
Where's my $5? They lost. It wasn't again.
It was.
No, it wasn't. It was up to me.
It didn't get out.
I told you.
Oh, yeah.
You were never invited.
You did me.
I said $5. I'm missing $5.
Are you bet first or Zach bet first? You gonna take him out, you think? That's my last row. Your last row being winner? Oh, right. You bet first or Zach will.
Right, Zyle.
Keep faster than you. And don't let him slow you down if you got a bad position.
Right now, third player. And they got the championship.
Aren't you thinking they got a whole day?
And I have to work at home. I have to get on the computer and test something at 1:15.
Rocky. Looks like Dave Hester.
Now,
Dave Hester.
I'm leaving here at 10:30.
Looks like Dave Hester.
Pink forward.
Talk to you later.
Actually, walk fast. Get back doing push-ups? You alright? Yeah, I think we went 1-1 over there, so we'll play next year. We'll play at 7. It didn't matter, I guess, what we did in our bracket. We're all good. We haven't seen the bracket, but the one we played, and I believe we were 1-1. I believe we won. I haven't seen the You guys have always been like that. Reds are pretty good season. They got Mountain Dew up here?
And then he offered to put in that wire, and I was like, oh, I'll just throw that in.
Hi, Benny. Hi, Benny. Want chicken wing?
Correct.
Philby. Switch pictures. Is that Barrett? Is that Barrett? You want me to get in my own? Is it August? One more.
Hey, Mo. Take it backside here.
Hey! Side, that winner needs a haircut.
One in, guys. He started out trying to save it.
I think you've seen that.
They shut him down. Hey, are you playing with that? Brian off in here? I thought I played with What's up, man? You heard? Good, good. 1-1, and then it's got smoked the last game. We scored like 40 runs the first game. I'm like, what's up, weird? What was the score of the second game? Ours?
Hey, I called you. You didn't fucking answer your phone.
I don't have my phone on me.
He easily forgets that he's 12.
Don't start.
I thought you'd be over there. I thought you'd be over there with Baker watching Indiana play.
He loves it. Loves it.
I called him.
Did you?
Bunch of kegs open on tap.
He went to the, didn't he go to the game? That's what I thought. I seen my Facebook. It says he's going.
There's one right there, I am.
So I said, I told him, I said, hey, let me know what you're doing. Come down after beer. It's on tap. All two.
You were Tom Creaney.
All two. What's that?
You were Tom Creaney with him.
I love you. He is a good coach.
I can coach that team. I'd be like, I'm getting every call.
He scored 18 runs. First week we had like 2, and they got we came back a little bit.
That's part of their game. They do that.
Yeah. I mean, they can with the parts.
Wait, you guys see this first weekend you guys play?
Yeah. Yep. Actually, I was the first time they come back. Stole them out. It's like down here. Yeah, so see everyone else. Especially around here, we didn't even know. We could go another month ago. Shit outside. Down here, that's what I heard. Up there, we haven't had. This is like up there was 41 today, or that's the first day. Remember last year? Last year was 3 days in a row, 70 up there at this time. Oh, it probably was down here for this one.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he still loves Dauber. So Holman Boyles comes back and plays some shortstop for us. That's down. That's a peck of trouble. How are those fries? Terrible?
Haven't tasted them. I'm just throwing them in the wood.
Oh, okay. It looks like you're going down pretty good.
Anything around that mouth, let's go down. It'll come back up a little bit later. But...
Oh, you didn't hear about Classic Kim in the World, did you? Oh. Man, combat. Classic in the Worlds. Remember you motherfucking Ethon and created?
Done.
They're alright cold weather, but probably one of the worst weather. We're down at the conference, or B World or whatever, conference. And he gets a call. I was like, oh, that's a good. We go downtown to Old Town. Combat guys are down there. Fucking bastard. Shit! He's all there. He has about 25 beers already, yeah. He's spilling shit all over. Well, even makes it worse as Biggins is over here. And Josh is like, hey, pick your buddy up off the table, tell me and Brandon. He goes, he's getting ready to knock this guy out over here. And he's bitching at the combat guys on the other side. Me and Brandon are grabbing our buddy. We're like, oh, Biggins is going to knock that guy out. And
Oh, jazz your tabs all right now if you got a card behind the thing.
Biggins is getting ready to sucker punch some guy.
You've seen the whole scenario.
Yeah, I've seen this one.
No, he,
Hey,
where was Biggins? Oh, he had,
I
think he had wrestling or something going on.
You let this guy out without Megan?
Yeah, well, him and Noel came down. Come on, walk, get off the field. Hopefully they play now.
Play right
You
now.
know who plays now or no? Hopefully we do.
We do.
Yeah, you
Who do we
play
play?
now.
Playing now?
Yeah.